Hello everyone, welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. It looks like the FCC is opening their own formal investigation into the AT&T massive outage that took place February 22nd, 2024. According to this article here, which I will link for you down below in the description, it is coming from the Washington Post. Looks like the agency has requested in-depth information about last month's network failure that left millions without cell phone service for hours. So the outage, of course, left many AT&T customers without cell phone service for much of the morning and early afternoon on February 22nd, with the outage reports starting around 3:30 a.m. Eastern Time and resolving by 3 p.m. that afternoon. The company attributed the outage to a technical error while carrying out a network expansion without providing further details. Many of us find this a little suspicious. It took them hours to update us about what was going on. And when they did, they didn't really acknowledge the problem. They also didn't really provide any information as to what time there might be a resolution. Meanwhile, we have many customers, millions, without service, and it just wasn't good, right? We had FirstNet down. We had a lot of businesses that rely on AT&T's network that are operating their IT departments and banks and whatever it is. Right? Huge corporations suffering, everyone on the AT&T network having a difficult time. And we didn't really get any closure other than, possibly a system update gone wrong. Now, I did an article a few days ago about Letitia James from New York City launching her own investigation. She doesn't believe that AT&T is telling the whole story. She believes there could be something greater. And of course, she sees an opportunity to find out whether or not that's true. Now the FCC is doing their own formal investigation, so I really hope AT&T is not lying, because there's going to be some heavy fines if indeed they are found out to be not telling the truth. They're saying while the FCC had previously said it was looking into the issue, opening a formal investigation marks a significant step in continuing federal scrutiny over the incident. As a next step in the inquiry, the agency has already requested in-depth information from AT&T concerning the cause, effect, and corporate response to the incident. FCC spokesman Jonathan Uriart said. He says in a statement, the FCC is carrying out a thorough investigation into a nationwide outage of the AT&T network that affected millions of consumers and disrupted access to life-saving communications, aka FirstNet. Saying, in past investigations of wireless network outages, the agency has requested information such as the number of customers affected, the root cause, and steps taken to restore service. AT&T on Thursday reiterated its previous apology for the incident and said it's providing credits to customers who were impacted by the outage. So for those of you that have not gotten your credit, contact customer support with AT&T and let them know that you want your credit. I think they're issuing on average $5 per month, but there are many customers that are reporting that they got back an entire month's worth of service. I'm not sure how you would do that, but call them up and I guess do your thing, see what you can get from them. They're saying the industry routinely cooperates with our key regulators in the aftermath of serious outages to evaluate how network resiliency and reliability can be improved. AT&T spokesman Jim Greer said in an email to the Washington Post, "We are already working with the FCC on its review. It remains unclear why the network outage persisted for so long. The company has not said how many of its roughly 71 million postpaid wireless customers were affected." But of course, it wasn't just postpaid, right? The article here doesn't mention that. It was prepaid. It was FirstNet, which is completely separate, okay? And then you have all the MVNOs that are on the AT&T network that were affected by this as well. So it was a really big outage. I think the biggest concern here is whether or not it was a cyber attack, a hack within the system, because if they're just trying to cover it up because they don't want customers panicking, they don't want it to look like they're weak. If it's discovered that they're lying, there's going to be huge penalties, especially now that the FCC is fully involved. So I hope for their sake they're not lying. It would have been easier to just kind of admit to it, just like T-Mobile does, but AT&T doesn't want all that bad publicity, I guess. They're known as a reliable network and they want to stay that way. Now, them being hacked, a cyber threat, these things happen, right? Sometimes you can be the safest company and there's just really good, smart people out there that know how to get into your system, or you have a leaker inside. You have someone working the system inside, helping outside parties get information. That's usually the case. A lot of the time it starts from within. A disruptive employee who knows he's on his way out or wants to be on his way out, but he wants to take the company down with him. These things happen. Like I've said in a couple of other videos, I think AT&T's communication could have been better. I think they didn't do a great job. I don't want to be harsh, but they did a terrible job. I'll be blunt and honest with communicating with the public and their customers. I think they deserve more than that. Again, I love the AT&T network. I would like to see AT&T do better. But that's all I have for you here. Comments are always welcome. Like I said, link for this article down below in the description, coming from the Washington Post. As always, thank you guys for stopping by and watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.